There are no secrets in conference play. They know you, you know them, and there's always a little trickle of bad blood here and there, particularly when both teams are ranked as these two are in this one. And the Buckeyes will kick it away to start us off. Coming out with it, it's Branch. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. So the Purdue Boilermakers offense will have the football first. And they are coming off a sensational performance led by this quarterback who's hoping he can build on things, Jesse.
Well, I know, having played the position, when you have a big game, you just can't wait to get back out there again and build on that performance. David, last time out, he was making the right reads. He showed off his arm talent. He had this offense moving up and down the field and finding the end zone. And you know he's excited to take on this defense today.
Yeah, and talking to the defensive coordinators coming into this football game, like, they're not going to do what happened last week. Like, you can't sit back and make the coverages easy for him to diagnose. They'll pick you apart like he did last week. Look for some change-ups and some curveballs for this defense.
Well, it's a great job by the receiver fighting back across the DB there to get to the inside, locate the ball, and catch the slant.
Quick handoff. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. You know what I really like about games like this at this point in the season? You find out who you are. You find out whether you're going to stay in the race.
And who can step up and handle the challenge, right? This is easily one of the toughest games to date for both of these programs coming into this one. So there's a lot of eyeballs, David, on this game to find out who's mentally and emotionally the toughest.
Yeah, and we're going to point to this game as we get later in the year and big decisions are made. You've got a top 25 win. You beat them in the middle of the season, X, Y, and Z, so these are big for the resume.
That receiver found the open space in the zone coverage, and as a defense, honestly, you just throw your hands up on that because they covered it pretty well. It was just a good play call and really nice execution.
And just wedges it ahead a bit before he's brought down.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Second down, he'll throw it. That's reeled in. It's Watson. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. This crowd, full throat, splitting the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. That's caught. It's Harris. Run out of bounds at about the 13-yard line, and that's where this offense will go back to work.
And those aren't the guys I'm leaving open on defense. These slot wide receivers, they've got the space in the middle of the field to work. I got to make sure that I got somebody inside of him. I got somebody outside of him. I can't give him the football because a lot of times these guys, they're good with it after the catch. They got that quickness. They got that speed, and he showed some of it there.
And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. Let's talk for just a second about Purdue. Really interesting matchup here. It's always fun when the top two teams in the conference get to square off in the regular season. With all the expansion, it's become a little bit of a rarity, hasn't it?
It has. Obviously, there's so many teams in each conference, but head-to-head still very much matters. So if you're sitting, obviously, at the top like these teams are, the head-to-head this day will really matter down the road.
Yeah, this was a game we circled way back in the preseason, expecting these two teams to be as good as they are, and now we get to find out who's the best in conference. Both these teams relishing this opportunity to show not only their opponent, but the rest of the conference who the top dog is.
And the defense had that one well covered, just a short game there.
And I love the discipline on defense right there. Big third down. So everyone keeping their eyes on the quarterback, rallying to the ball, making a tackle. Great team defense.
This offense has moved into plus territory, and they want to keep the heat on. They'll go for it on fourth down. Snags it, and he will score! Touchdown, Boilermakers!
And this offense just made their first statement, the first drive. Fourth down, what are we going to do? We're going to be aggressive. Not only that, they get the touchdown, they're rewarded. What a hot start for this offense.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So the Ohio State Buckeyes offense will try to get something started with their first possession. And it's often said quarterback is the most high. Position in sports, and when you have a guy like this, how could it not be?
Yeah, he's the guy that the defense is going to be keying on. They've had all week long to watch film to get ready for him, but David, when you have his kind of
breaks into the open. They stop him just a link or two short of the first, and man, what they can do on second down here. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Buckeyes have a lot of options on second and inches. To the ground with the back. Gets it past the marker. He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot it at the 37.
Well, you see a great individual effort there that time, and you can see the skills this guy has. And he just reminds me sometimes of the great Ohio State backs we've seen in the past, right? You think of Archie Griffin and his 2 Heisman trophies, Ezekiel Elliott, J.K. Dobbins. This guy right here with his skill set, he's got the chance to be the next great Buckeye back.
First down, you know you always want to establish the running game. How about this offense? Nothing fancy. Run the football, be physical, get a big game.
The Buckeyes have it with a 1st and 10. They're going to ride this running back. And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
And the pass to the sideline will pick up a short gain.
Look, as an offense, you're always going to take completions over incompletions and interceptions. So the offense, they're able to make that third down a little bit more manageable, but honestly, not by much.
To throw, it's Sayin. Rushes on him. And the heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45. And the Buckeyes will line up to punt it away. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines. Not his best work. The Boilermakers have it back, and here comes the offense. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. They'll start this drive from their own 35-yard line. Toss sweep. Try to get it outside to the right. Makes a stop in the backfield. He'll lose 4.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
Intercepted. The defense is set him up. Didn't get a chance to show off those return skills that he gives his offense. at the 29.
And some defensive backs just have a way of finding the football. He's starting to develop that. His third interception on the season just has a good feel for playing that spot in the back end.
The give to Davis. Turning it on. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down.
Man, who says you can't run up the middle anymore, right? Everybody thinks, I got to make big plays. I got to go way out to the left, way out to the right, way out in space. Nope, right down the middle, nice blocking. How about the running back? You could tell the speed, the wheels, does a great job getting down the field, making a huge rushing play.
They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
And you could tell that play went nowhere from the start.
It was definitely a great play by that defender.
Oh, yeah, he got in the backfield so quick, the running back had absolutely no chance.
The Buckeyes trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Throws to the wideout. And it's picked off at the goal line. That's one way to make a stop. Never a good time for a turnover, but it always seems a little worse when you're... knock on the door of the end zone.
No doubt about it. And it's this area of the field, Reese, where your execution really has to be great. Because down in the red zone, the windows to throw into it for a quarterback were smaller, and they close a lot quicker. So you really have to be on the same page as your wide receiver. And that time, the offense and the QB simply went.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get blunted. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So then getting that big chunk, getting in second and short, not a good job by this defense.
That's the end of the period, and Purdue has the lead. Guys, let's have a look at the stats as we've played one period. They are lined up and ready to go and get things started here in the second. So they had a chance to talk over this third down play to open the period. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. Really nice job to get it past the sticks, pick up the first down at the 30.
This is a top 25 offense in college football, and I like what they do. They can run the football on third downs when they need to. They show you right there. They've got some balance to them. They really know who they...
There he goes!
You know, the beautiful thing about being a quarterback is you can throw a little drag route, and they can take it 60. When you got fast playmakers on the outside that you can get the ball in their hands really quickly, great things can happen. 1-yard passes can turn into 60. It's beautiful to be quarterback.
The Boilermakers with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. The give from the gun. Got enough for the first. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
This is an offense that prides himself on being physical, so you need 1 yard. Just hand it off to your back and let him go to work.
And the Boilermakers are flying down the field. Sends it back in motion. They're looking to get the edge with this one on the toss.
And you want to run the football. I mean, that's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Looking to fire. Got his man in the middle. Good pickup there as he gets the first down. They'll mark him at the 48.
All right, defense. It ain't working, right? They're stringing together several first downs here. We're going to need to change this up, find something we can disrupt the quarterback and mess up this offense a little bit.
From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Boilermakers can really attack on this 2nd and short. He'll try to pop the draw. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down.
And this offense is clicking, everything's moving, and the guy carrying the football, I mean, he is carrying the rock. Like, this is a guy he's setting this tone for this game, creating some balance on this offense. This offense is going to be a handful.
Yeah, David, I'd love to sit here and say, well, the offensive coordinator is just one step ahead of his counterpart across the field. That's not it. Right now, his offensive line is establishing the line of scrimmage, and you mentioned the back. He right now is running with authority on this drive.
The Boilermakers with the 1st and 10. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Well, this defense now is just getting gashed, and if you're the defensive coordinator, you might now want to think about being aggressive, changing up your play calls, and maybe breaking your own tendencies, because you have got to stop this offense just marching down the field.
We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and they'll talk it over to see if they can build on this lead before halftime. The Boilermakers have it with a 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he was fortunate to get that one back to the line of scrimmage at the 5. No gain on the play.
You hear a lot of coaches talk about bend, don't break, and it's in these areas of the field down in your own goal line defensively where you want to just step it up. And they did a really nice job on 1st down, stopping the run. Here we go on 2nd. There's a good chance the offense tries to run it again.
We got a timeout here late in the 1st half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? Wants to go up top. That's got it. Touchdown, Purdue! Made the grab and took it on in for the score. I tell you, when this drive started, the defense thought they had them in a hole. Not anymore. What a performance.
And I really like the play calling by the offensive coordinator on that last drive. That was a nice mixture of running and throwing and getting different players involved. Really nice job, very poised in that play calling, and it showed up with a touchdown.
Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Running out of time here in the 1st half, and they do have a chance to make this a one-possession game.
And so you got to locate your best players and get them the football on this drive. You're down in the game. There's obviously a lot of football left, David, but on this drive, in this 2-minute situation, best players got to touch the ball.
And this could get into pressing mode, right? Like you go into the half, down a couple of scores, it starts to, the pressure really mounts. Good opportunity to take some of that pressure off, get some momentum, energize this squad going in.
Oh, he's got some space. They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the 1st down. Clock stops momentarily for the 1st down. They'll hurry to the line. Scanning the field, it's Sayin. A shot toward the end zone. Touchdown, Buckeyes! They won it all, and that is exactly what they got.
And I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
The Purdue offense heads back out to the field. They stuck the last drive in the end zone. They'll try to follow suit here. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Offense trying to go pitch and trying to get to the outside, but how about the speed on defense, scraping down the line of scrimmage, rallying to the football, and creating a negative play.
Back to throw, time running short in the half. Got it in the middle, it's Tuggle. They get him down at the 36. It will be a first down. The clock will stop with this timeout from the offense. They'll get a chance to regroup on the sideline. They'll snap it from the 36. They've got a first down. Motion from the wideout. Looking downfield on first down. And the defense making a play, getting a hand on that pass.
And that one was knocked away. The defender did a really good job. I would argue maybe he could have put his hands on that and caught it, but there's a reason he plays defense, but definitely a forced throw and really nice coverage.
Might be changing the route. They'll throw again after the incompletion. And that pass will be jarred loose on second down. That brings up third down.
Well, the quarterback knew he wanted to go to his tight end on that play. He's a big physical target, but it was the hit on the play that forced the incompletion.
That's caught. It's Branch. And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line. The offense calls timeout. It's the second one they've used this half. And the Boilermakers come to the line with a new set of downs. Wants to go up top on first down. Fires left. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football. First snap of this drive will come from the 46. Quarterback on the keeper. Got some room to run. They bring him down, but it'll be first down at the 42. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. The offense has it first and 10 from the 42. Looking to throw, it's Sayin. Throws for the tight end. And the timing just a hair off.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
And with the completion out to the sideline, they'll pick up a couple. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. Caught over the middle. It's Roberts. Just making a play, getting it to the 23-yard line. It'll be first down. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. They'll send out the kicker here. The holder's going to line it up right at the 30. This will be a 40-yard field goal attempt. Right down the boulevard, it's good. That'll bring him to within 4.
Hey, listen, y'all know in the booth and everywhere how I feel about kickers. Don't always love leaving it on their foot, so to speak, but nice job executing. He keeps doing stuff like that. I'll keep trotting him out there.
I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. Now they'll run it on the toss. Got the first down and more. He's all the way out to the 32-yard line before he's forced out of bounds. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Guys, who's had a better seat there in Columbus for an entertaining first half than you? And yes, football is a game of inches, but man, is that really the case when you consider the length of some of these possessions. Look, I'm not an analytics guy, but I do know this. The team that sustains drives and just moves the sticks might be the team that comes out on top today. Time to put an end to the speculation and find out. They're inside the horseshoe.
All right, Kevin about ready to get things cranked back up here. The Boilermakers will boot it away to start the second half. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. If they're going to get on top in this game, they're going to have to find a way to get the running game going in the second half.
Agree, so it can create some more balance, some more unpredictability. I feel like this defense has got a good beat on what they're doing, especially if they don't mix it up a little bit. So I do look for a little second half running the football Palmer out of this group.
And I think the thing, Dave, is they just got to be more physical. I don't think this is a scheme question about trying different run plays. I think it's up to the big fellas up front. They've just got to make the decision that they're going to be...
Breaks into the open. Across the 50-yard line on the huge pickup, and he's out of bounds at the 45. They've done a really good job identifying mismatches, and they find one out of the backfield there.
Reese, I really don't think it's that hard. My guy is better than yours. Find the matchup across the field. Running back's got some speed. Get it in his hands quickly. Throw it to him fast. Let him make somebody miss against a slower guy that's usually a linebacker.
Knocked down immediately, but they couldn't stop him from getting the big gainer to the 30. First down for the offense. To the air. It's Sayin. Pressure coming. And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36.
What a nice answer by this defense. You give up the big play, you respond right back, you get the sack, create some momentum for your side. Nice job by this defense staying with it.
Wide receiver comes in motion. To the air on second down. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion.
This is a situation here in the third quarter this offense did not want to be in, facing a top 10 defense, one of the best units in the entire country. They didn't want to get down on the scoreboard like this and all of a sudden have to throw the football when the defense knew that was going to happen. The incompletion there is not a big surprise. This defense knows what's coming, and it's all because of the points right now on the scoreboard.
Field goal is good. It's now a one-point game, 14-13. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Week in and week out, guys, you never know what's going to happen in college football. Check this out. James Madison is ahead in this one. This team plays a fun brand of football there at Harrisonburg, but they're a long way from closing this out. They're up by 4 over Coastal Carolina.
Here's the handoff.
Sunbelt, Funbelt. We'll circle back if anything big happens. You should know it.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
Fires to the wideout. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Well, I like the aggressive nature by the quarterback there. He's trying to take a shot down the field. Just a better play by the defense forcing the incompletion.
Hang on, Swoopy. The Buckeye crowd alive on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Firing to the right, complete. He's knocked down just short of the 30 at the 29-yard line. It brings up fourth down.
A nice job of awareness on defense there on that third down. You know, you're expecting the offense to throw the football, but it's not just going to be receivers or tight ends you got to worry about. You got to keep your eye on where that running back is. They knew exactly where he would be, and they were able to make the tackle 7 on 4.
The Boilermakers will try to convert on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. He's got it, first down and more. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down.
And that's a play the defense has got to be able to make, guys, right there on fourth down. You're in the third quarter, second half. You're playing at home, and it's a close game. You've got a huge opportunity to seize momentum. And you just get the feeling that that momentum is going to be a big factor here in the second half. Someone had to step up and make a play. They just couldn't get it done.
The Boilermakers with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Second down, they'll go to the air. And it's picked off for the third time today. Finally brought down, but what a play, not only to get the football, but to flip the field position with the return.
And that is such a veteran. By that defender. In cover zero, he knows the quarterback's going to have to get rid of the football quickly, so he's getting ready to jump anything that's going to be underneath. He does just that. Great job with the speed. Nice job reeling it in for the INT.
He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
And just a great job by the defense being stout. All right, that's your job. Be stout up front, stuff in the run play, make them get in more passing situations, but do not let them run the football. That's 101. Stop the run first.
Looking for a man. It's Sayin. Here's the pressure. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back. The Boilermakers have it back, and here comes the offense. After throwing the pick on the last drive, need to take care of the ball this time, Jesse.
We're going to find out a lot about this quarterback right here, too. How does he fight through adversity after that last drive?
Yeah, clear the mechanism, move on. That's a part of it, right? You're going to be a great player. You got to learn how to handle these mistakes and move on.
And the Boilermakers have their whole playbook open here on 2nd and inches. They'll leave it with the lone back. All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down.
All right, nothing flashy there. He just did what it took to get the first down.
It's 1st and 10 from their own 14-yard line. Looking to throw on first down. Pulls it in. It's Branch. At the 35, he's open. They'll move the chains after he gets it to the 43-yard line.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
And he's able to bounce off one tackle for a solid pickup.
A nice job by the QB there, timing out that drag throw. It's zone coverage, so he's got to make sure he gets it to his receiver in a window to allow him to catch the ball and then turn it upfield.
That's the end of the period, and Purdue has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. Here comes the fourth. Time to see who steps up, who makes the winning plays to take home that W. Second down as we open the final stanza. Back to pass. Grab near the sticks. It's Branch. He'll go out of bounds at the 35-yard line. Big pickup there, and this offense is feeling it.
This is so interesting right now watching this offense stay aggressive. They've got the lead in the fourth quarter, and you're thinking at home, we got to just run the ball and try to bleed the clock. They found something on defense they're taking advantage of. 2 straight completions. I won't be surprised if they throw it again.
Dumps it off to the flats.
And that's kind of a lot of today's running game, right? Split the ball out quick, get it to your playmakers in space, get positive yards. It's, well, instead of running the ball a couple yards up the middle, now you just just split it out wide, and a lot of times if you break a few tackles, it could be even bigger.
Looking to throw again. Got it behind the line. It's Tungo. Turning it on. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line.
You know what's interesting? At this point of the game, with the lead in the fourth quarter, the defense is expecting them to run the ball, and because they're putting so many guys close to the line of scrimmage, they're taking advantage, throwing it 2 straight completions now back-to-back.
The Boilermakers started this drive backed up in their own end, and now they've moved into position to score. Wide receiver going in motion. Now from inside the red zone. Caught in the backfield, it's Smith. They go up top to get it down to the 5-yard line as they try to pay off this drive.
You got to love how they just continue to do what they do. It's the fourth quarter. You got a lead. There's no reason to get conservative. We're a passing offense. Great job on first down. Better job on second down. This offense continuing to stay in a rhythm.
They'll keep it on the ground for first and goal. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Boilermakers!
And they pay off the drive with a touchdown run, but what a drive. Almost the full length of the field, 98 yards. That's how you put a drive together when you're backed up on your own 2-yard line and get 6.
And now they'll try to get the 2-point conversion, guys. Wants to go up top. And it just squirted through his hands. He wanted to take off and got too anxious. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. Not the day they had hoped to have, but when you are a ranked team, you are going to get everyone's best shot. Now let's see if they can pull this one out. Snags a quick pass on the left. Got the completion, but nowhere to go as that defense reacted quickly. The Buckeyes now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Looking downfield, it's Sayin. With the catch, it's Davis. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
Guys out of the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football, and you can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on it.
And he's brought down at the 40-yard line, and that'll be a first down.
This is an offense that can move the sticks in a whole lot of different ways. Now you're seeing it on the option here. Great job by the quarterback. Reading the defense, there's nobody there taking him, so he puts his foot in the ground, he gets upfield, and he's got really nice elusiveness once he's out in the open field. He shows you that on that explosive play, picking up the first.
Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. They'll keep it on the ground. There he goes. And he found all kinds of room and got it down to the 28.
Well, that's why this running game can be so dynamic. This guy is special when he has the football in his hands. He can make people miss, he can run with power, and he also has speed. You saw it on that last play.
The running back has it. Finds a little space. Gets it inside the 10, out of bounds at the 9 after the big pickup on that one.
Every offense wants to be able to run the ball and be physical, especially on first down. And you want to create 2nd and short, 3rd and short, or just get first downs like that run right there.
Quick pass on the fly motion. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Got to give the defense credit. Watching film, anticipating. They knew that this offense had this play in their back pocket. They knew about the speed of this wide receiver and different ways they were going to try to get him involved. Everybody on defense on the same page, playing together. I love it.
They'll ride Davis here. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
And you know exactly what time it is when you get down here in the red zone. You got to be able to run the football. But when you got a back like this who punches the ball in the end zone consistently almost every single game, you are going to feed that animal the rock.
The bad news is they don't get the first down here trailing in the fourth quarter. The good news, though, quarterback did the smart thing, throwing it away and allowing themselves to have another shot at it here on fourth.
On fourth down, they're taking to the air. Can't find his man. It'll be incomplete, and that is a heartbreaker this late in the game. The Purdue offense heads back out to the field. Here comes the biggest drive for this defense. They need this stop the way the rest of us need oxygen. If they don't get it, they're done. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Looking to fire. Catch in the middle, it's Meyer. Coming out, attacking from deep in their own end, and they're out at the 26 with the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Smart move to keep it on the ground. Oh, he's got some space. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense.
These situations are preached so much in college football. Finishing a game strong, understanding circumstances. They are running the football right at you, trying to keep that clock moving, get a few first downs, and get a W.
The Boilermakers will line it up on 1st and 10. From the gun, they'll try the middle. Got the first down and still on his feet. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense.
That's got to be demoralizing if you're the defense. You're trailing, you need to get the ball back. You got to get off the field, but you can't stop the run when they're going between the tackles. This defense is going to have to get a lot more physical, especially in the middle.
What a show both of these teams put on today. Couple of outstanding squads, hotly contested battle all the way to the very end.
Yeah, we came into this one expecting this to be a back-and-forth battle. We knew it was going to go down late into the fourth quarter. At the end of the day, the higher-ranked team, David, they were really able to lean on those playmakers and that leadership they've got in the locker room.
Yeah, and now I think even more so, you're starting to believe in them. They're battle-tested. This team they find a way to get things done. That's why they're ranked where they're at, and I expect this team to stay in contention.